In the remote regions of Kenya, where drought, displacement and poverty continue to endanger lives and futures, a quiet but powerful shift is underway. The focus is no longer solely on getting children back to school. It's also about equipping them to become leaders in tackling one of the world's most urgent issues, climate change. Through joint efforts by local organizations and the United Nations, hundreds of thousands of children and young people in Kenya are returning to classrooms and gaining skills that could shape a more sustainable future. NTV's Victor Afula interacted with learners in Turkana County under the Climate Action Program and filed the following report.
In the heart of Kenya's arid north lies Turkana County, one of the driest places in East Africa. Temperatures here can soar beyond 45 degrees Celsius and rain may not fall for years. Yet, even in this harsh landscape, seeds of hope are sprouting. In places like Kakuma refugee camp, housing over 500,000 people, young lives have been shaped by conflict, displacement, and environmental collapse. But with education and green skills, a new chapter is beginning.
The idea is to prepare young people with skills, green skills, that will allow them to address the issues of climate change in their communities. So it is giving them short skills, short-term, understanding, high-level understanding and analysis of what climate change is and how it is affecting their lives.
The Education Above All Foundation, established in the year 2012, believes education is the single most powerful force to reduce poverty and drive peace. In Kenya, it has already enrolled more than 635,000 out-of-school children into quality primary education, and it has benefited over 7.2 million people, and 4 million of them are refugees. Now, through the Green U360 project, the foundation is seeking its mission further, arming youth with the knowledge and skills to lead environmental change.
After acquisition of the knowledge and green skills, or rather the acquisition of knowledge and green skills, we expect now to enhance their capacity, where they're going to use the newly acquired knowledge.
And then once they get that knowledge, they are skilled with practical skills that will allow them to do something about it. And then, on the back side of that, they were entrepreneurs and they enterprised out of it, trying to sell their products in the market.
The project targets 76,800 vulnerable youths aged between 15 to 24 in refugee and host communities in Kakuma and Dadaab.
One is tree planting. The other one is on smart farming, which has two components. These two components are apiculture, which is beekeeping, and the other component there is on organic manure production. Under renewable energy, we have production of briquettes and also making of the improved energy saving jikos.
This school, when it started, we did not have even a single tree planted. We only had the natural growing trees, but in 2023 we started planting trees, and learners have interacted with this activity and they love it, such that even if we don't have water in school, you find the same learners coming with water from home. Even if it is a liter of water, they pour to the trees, and that's why you find right now we can even use trees to learn, we can use trees to have a meeting.
We decided to come up with initiative of creating our own water bank within the school so that we could ensure that we utilize the little amount of water we have in the school. The first thing they do is to water the trees, and that is why you can see that we have a green environment, and we have not only stopped in Blue State, we have implemented it in the community.
They found in these skills opportunities for them to enterprise, to generate a little bit more income, to help in the household. And they, and this is like a reflection of how much they owned the project, how much they embraced it.
Then tunakuja kuweka hizo vitu tumefunzwa into practice.
Besides going green, the learners in this area are having a head start in the competency-based curriculum.
One of the major subjects is agriculture. And for example, some of the skills that the girls have been empowered with is apiculture, compost manure preparation. And in line with CBC, they have been empowered with the skills to prepare compost. And from that compost, they are able to carry out agriculture, even if it's in a small way in their communities. And therefore, they are able to become self-sustainable.
In Turkana, climate change has devastated natural ecosystems. Forest cover is almost non-existent, and the refugee population is growing. Tree cutting for firewood is putting immense pressure on land, and at times escalating into conflicts between the host community and the refugees.
These situations, when you work with refugees, there is always the question of what the host community is going to benefit from it. And in our programming, we try to address both the host community as well as the refugees, and this is where the idea started. And then, of course, this will be like an entry point towards community cohesion, where refugees and the host community can talk about a joint or shared experience.
Despite temperatures as high as 47 degrees and extreme water shortages, schools have turned into green zones. With support from the Kenya Forest Service, both indigenous and exotic species are being planted. Once regarded as an eco-villa in Prosopis juliflora tree, commonly known as Mathenge, has become an unlikely hero in this climate action story. Though invasive, its wood is now being proposed to make eco-friendly school furniture.
Like the chair I'm sitting in right now is Mathenge, and we made it thanks to Education Above All that provided woods and all the other things that we needed for the project. Our next idea right now is making benches, maybe for the field, so that when we go and play games, and we have a cheering squad, is going to be seated on the bench so that they can cheer for their teammates.
As the Green Youth 360 project continues through 2026, the goal is clear: empower young people to become champions of sustainability, resilience, and community leadership. It's a daring venture, a story of choosing resilience to achieve sustainability. With the primary school learners and youth in the eye of this storm determined to change the climate tide in the driest parts of Kenya, the change is indeed slow but sure. Climate action determined to rewrite decades of environmental degradation. In the heart of Kenya's most vulnerable regions, the spirit of resilience is growing. With innovation and education, the youths here are not just surviving, they are leading. And they are teaching us what's possible when no one is left behind. Victor Wafula, NTV, in Kakuma Refugee Camp, Turkana County.
And that great reporting there by Victor Wafula.